Scotty B. Here's Anunoby to Scotty in the corner. Schroeder three, got it. They've struggled. We don't want a 3 to tie. Doesn't look like that'll be the case. They're going to play it out. Gary in the corner, cut shot, and he stepped out of bounds.
It was a nail biter. Anytime the Raptors and Cavaliers face off, there seems to be some sort of drama. Part of that is because of Scottie Barnes and Evan Mobley, the two awesome youngsters who were forever linked after the 2021 Rookie of the Year race, and it seems like the Raptors and Cavs will also be linked for a while because of it. Tonight, it was Cleveland who got the best of Toronto in a back-and-forth matchup between two teams who match up very well against each other.
A couple of mistakes offensively, defensively that we had there, and just put us in a tough spot. We were not able to start the game at the pace that we wanted, and also start of the third quarter was not the start that we wanted, and just allowed them to get out in transition and score.
Yeah, I feel like we were in control of that game for most of the game. We gave up one big stretch, like one big run, where that I felt like that kind of gave them life. Before that, obviously, like it was a pretty close game. Like it was back and forth, but it felt like we were in control of the game, so that really hurt us.
In the first half, the starters for the Raptors just dominated on both ends of the court. They limited the Cavaliers to just 3 made shots from behind the arc and held Donovan Mitchell to just 2 points. Toronto led by 10 at halftime and limited Cleveland to just 42 points. Meanwhile, their offense was really potent in a balanced affair. 7 players scored at half, including Gary Trent Jr., who led the Raptors with 11 points. But the Cavaliers are too good of a team to just expect to roll over and take the loss. They answered back in a major way in the second half, led by Max Strus, who scored 20 points in the third quarter, helping the Cavs take the lead heading into the fourth. In fact, Strus's 20 points matched the Raptors' 20 points scored in that third quarter.
We did a good job on him in the first half. I think everything started on the baseline out of bounds. We lost him on one possession. He got a 3 there, and he got going after that. Unfortunately, we had Dennis in 4 fouls, so we were trying to save him for the fourth quarter there, and we did not have him on the floor in those moments to help us defensively, especially with that matchup.
And while the fourth quarter was back and forth and Dennis Schroeder made some timely plays late in the game, 2 things plagued the Raptors in this one. Offensive rebounds. The Cavs nabbed 17 in the game, and Tristan Thompson came off the bench to grab 4 himself.
I mean, yeah, obviously, like he's done this for a long time. He's a good offensive rebounder, but we were aware of that, and like we just got to put a body on him in those situations. I don't remember the exact situations, whose fault it was. It might have been a little bit unlucky as well. Who knows? But the fact of the matter is that he got a few offensive rebounds that really put life in them.
And number 2, free throws. The Raptors shot 29 free throws in this game, but made only 69% of them. Free throws continue to be an issue for this team as they rank 28th in percentage this season.
What is our friend?
Free throws.
Free throws?
Not your friend.
Not our friend. So we gotta step on the line and make shots, and guys are really trying and putting work in. So I believe we'll be able to get it where we want to get it.
And so the Raptors lost by 3 and fall back down under 500. Jakob Poeltl was exceptional in this game. He scored 18 points, nabbed 13 rebounds, and only missed 1 shot. Pascal Siakam put up 18, 8, and 6, but still, it wasn't enough. In a game as close and tightly contested as this, a few mistakes can really swing the odds. Free throws and offensive rebounds become all that more important, but so does defensive matchups. I thought the Raptors didn't find a way to maximize Scotty Barnes on defense tonight, and it led to him struggling on that end to contain Darius Garland, who finished with 24 points on 62% shooting. And that is what we're diving into for the film room. I want to preface this segment by saying that Scotty Barnes has been exceptional on defense all season. I think the Raptors have found ways to maximize him and really elevate his game on defense. The help side stuff, him being a roamer on the weak side, blocking shots, causing deflections, getting steals. I mean, there's a reason he's averaging 1.5 steals and 1.5 blocks per game. The fact that he's able to help, be the necessary help, use his length to deter shots, all of that is how you maximize Scottie Barnes as a defender. That's why he's looking like an all-defense level player this season. In that, there's no question. I'm not trying to take away from that at all, but there's also putting him in positions to succeed. The Raptors, through the first couple of seasons of Scottie's career, struggled to do so. They were asking him to guard ball handlers a lot, press up on point guards, pressure point guards, pressure these faster, quicker guards. And Scottie just doesn't have the hip mobility, the hip flexibility to kind of flip his hips consistently to keep up with these guards. And that happened tonight against Darius Garland. The Cavs just continuously put Scottie through these screening actions, and he fell behind almost consistently on ball. It caused a lot of alley-oops. He gets caught on this dribble handoff trying to chase over Garland, and it leads to a floater for him. And because Garland is so quick, Garland is so bursty, he can just turn the corner and explode to the basket just using one screen, and Scottie just isn't fast enough to keep up. Compare that to some possessions like Dennis Schroeder, who is navigating over these screens. There's not much of an advantage created there. The Raptors get a stop. This time, Pascal Siakam stays with him. Again, Siakam, a much quicker player than Scottie Barnes on defense, laterally stays with Garland on that possession. Once again, Schroeder here, navigating over these screens, using his quickness, no advantage created there, and the Raptors get another stop. This is really important here. The Cavs are involving Scottie in a bunch of screening actions, this time a dribble handoff, a little pitch back between Niang and Garland. They keep going back and forth with this to test Scottie's lateral mobility. Garland gets an angle, he goes downhill, and now Precious Achiuwa is forced to help. That forces Malachi Flynn to dig in and tag in on Evan Mobley, and that creates an opening because the Cavaliers are running a hammer play for Karis LeVert in the corner. Right there, you see the nice, beautiful pass by Garland, but that was created because Garland could get downhill, and that was because Scottie was the defender on that possession. But this is a possession that shows what you can do with Scottie maximized. Okay, so he is the ball handler here, but he gets switched onto Mobley, and I think Mobley would have been the ideal matchup for him in this game. Look at how he roams the weak side because he is guarding Mobley. He's able to help off of him. Now Malachi is getting taken to the paint. He comes for the rejection. That is how you maximize Scottie Barnes on defense. Another example of Dennis Schroeder doing a great job of sticking with Garland. Again, Schroeder's speed would have been really, really useful against Garland tonight. And honestly, that reared its ugly head in the fourth quarter where Garland carved up Scottie on defense late in the game. 2 minutes left. This time it's an off-ball action. Scottie is forced to kind of chase over. There's a miscommunication on the switch there between Pascal and Scottie. He recovers out, but once again, too late. He gets under the screen, he shakes him, Garland shoots the three, he misses, but again, that is a wide open shot for Garland just because he was able to use his speed off ball and on ball. So late in this fourth quarter, now that the Raptors know that Garland's trying to turn the corner on these pick and roll actions, they are starting to hedge and recover. You see Schroeder hedge here and get back to Max Strus. Once again, another hedge, then gets back onto Max Strus. This time, the Cavaliers use Jared Allen. Jakob Poeltl is forced to, kind of be at the level or hedge a little bit. This creates an opening for Garland, who's an excellent passer. Now it's a 2-on-1 position. Pascal is stuck trying to split the difference, and that means a lob to Evan Mobley. That was created because Scottie Barnes just doesn't have the quickness to stay with Darius Garland, and the Cavaliers were able to exploit that. Scottie doesn't necessarily help by pressuring up higher on quicker guards, but that's also something that he has to grow at specifically. This is more so about how the Raptors can maximize him. On this possession, Garland just goes all the way, uses that quickness to turn the corner. Jakob is forced to step up. Easy lob to Jared Allen. And this example probably exemplifies it the most. There's a screen here with Jared Allen. Garland does a beautiful hesitation move there to get Scottie off his spot. Once again, finds an angle, driving lane. Very, very tough finish, but still, that is because he was able to carve up Scottie at the point of attack. Scottie isn't the best point of attack defender when it comes to these quicker guards. In fact, in my defensive breakdown, I talked in my film study video about how you maximize Scottie Barnes on defense and how I thought the Raptors did an excellent job so far this season doing that, but tonight they didn't. And I ultimately think Scottie, if you are asking him to be an elite on-ball defender, it's against bigger players. Scottie can guard Evan Mobley because Evan Mobley, he has the size and the strength to stay next to Evan Mobley, or even Jared Allen. But Scottie doesn't really have the foot speed, the quickness to be able to turn the corner against a Garland, to be able to stick with a guy like Darius Garland. That's why we've seen him, guard up in positions. That's why we talk about Scottie as a small ball 5, because he can be your backline help. Can he be your point of attack, your initial line of defense? I don't necessarily think so. I don't think that's putting him in a position to succeed. And I think tonight, that's where the Raptors failed on defense. I would have rather had Scottie on Mobley, and then you have either Pascal or Schroeder guarding Darius Garland, and you go from there. That's something the Raptors have to work with as they evolve, as they experiment, as they try things with Scottie. But I ultimately think Scottie is such a talented defender as the weak side help, as the roamer, as a guy who can block shots and deter shots and, steal the ball and everything on the weak side, that you're not really putting him in an advantageous position by making him guard a guy like Darius Garland. So that was part of why they lost. That wasn't the only reason they lost. There were a lot of different things. Free throws, offensive rebounds, the massive run that the Cavaliers had in that third quarter. This is a pretty self-inflicted loss from the Raptors' point of view, in my opinion. They had a lot of moments where they looked incredible in this game. They looked like they were the better team for a consistent amount of this game too, but they didn't get the win, and these are the type of things that you have to work on moving forward. They face the Brooklyn Nets on Tuesday in their final in-season tournament. Game should be interesting. Whatever, they're eliminated. I mean, I think the Nets are an interesting matchup just because of the defense and size they can throw out at the Raptors. It's going to be interesting to see. But ultimately, it's a process, ladies and gentlemen. They fall down under 500 once again, and we'll see if this team can kind of claw its way back on Tuesday. Thank you very much for listening, and as always, tap into the Objective Basketball Podcast. We release episodes on Tuesdays and Fridays. It's about the general NBA. If you like me, if you like NBA, if you like podcasts, tap in. Have a good one.